Hello, I'm Jacob. You're watching the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. Once again, I come to you with a call to patriots. AR prices, accessories, and ammo has become so affordable lately that I cannot help but try to get every freedom-minded person that I know to get one. Training can come later, everything else can come later, but get the rifle right now when anybody can afford it. So with that being said, once you have your AR, I want to help you spend your money in the wisest way possible. And I'll tell you right now, many times, that is where a lot of money gets wasted. What we see to be cool, trendy ARs all have a free float handguard. And so many people think that they either need to get $250 worth of free float handguard and front sight to be tactical, or that they need to find some Chinese knockoff that would allow them to get a similar look for a cheaper price, and they don't have the experience to immediately notice the difference between the two. And I'm going to tell you that the first option, spending up to $250 on a front handguard and a front sight, could certainly be a mistake. And I'm here to tell you that the second option is absolutely a mistake. So before we get to this, if you get any free float handguard, I would say as a general rule, that's under $100 MSRP, it's probably not worth your time. It can cause all kinds of issues. And never skimp on front sights. But this is what similar to what a lot of us started out with. Not me personally, but a basic AR with your usually a standard handguard and a fixed front sight post. That's kind of always been the standard. And again, if you want to change to a free float, you also have to do a low profile gas block. What I'm here to tell you is that it is not money well spent. I hate the stock regular handguard as much as the next guy, if not more. And I'll tell you that from my deployment in Afghanistan, the cool guy, big quad rail handguards that were all the rage back then, I hate them too. Huge diameter, heavy, and I don't need all that rail space. It's uncomfortable. It's silly. Luckily, slimmer handguards started coming out. Midwest Industries is the first company that I know that really released a nice slim handguard that you could attach rails where you wanted them, and you didn't need rails where you didn't want them. And so I jumped on that bandwagon. But again, there are some benefits to going with a Magpul simple handguard, and instead of replacing your front sight post and going with a full free float assembly, just replacing the handguard itself if you need to. So those slim handguards are comfortable, they're great to use, but especially at the gas block, they can heat up. I mean, really heat up, to the point where with the bare hand, you can't grab onto them. That doesn't mean a lot for the average. By the way, this is Tuck, the Tactical Cattle Dog. Follow him on Instagram. That doesn't mean much for the average range guy who's maybe just going to do a mag dump for fun every once in a while. But this is a call to patriots. If you are buying this rifle because you feel the need to own a fighting rifle in case you should ever need one, smoking your hands on your handguard in a firefight is not going to work. All right. Now, that's why most people say wear gloves. Well, you might not be wearing gloves. There are heat shields inside of the Magpul handguards here that vent heat upwards. And I'll tell you right now, this handguard, I have done shooting side by side with a friend with a more modern rail. This handguard will dissipate heat and remain comfortable to hold much longer than a slim handguard with no kind of heat dissipation device. In fact, what you'll often see is right below your gas block, people have a small vertical foregrip, because if this rail becomes too hot for them to grab, they can grab that foregrip and still be good to go. But it's fixing a problem that doesn't need to be fixed. This is $28. They go, you know, 28, 35 bucks. You can mount your tactical flashlight if you need to on there. And if you're looking at an absolute budget build and you're thinking about buying that 30 or 50 or whatever dollar flashlight, I'd just say don't. But just don't. But if you are trying to get in this on a budget, everybody is going to try to get you to get a free float handguard, to get a new trigger, to get a red dot with a magnifier, to get a new buttstock, to get a new grip, to get little fancy bling things here and bling things there and fancy safety selectors. It's mostly garbage. If you are on a budget, buy ammo, buy mags, save for training. If you can't do those three things, don't buy anything else. Don't upgrade anything until it breaks and you know it's an issue. The AR industry is what it is because these rifles are so modular, so upgradable, and so good for the aftermarket. That's good. But it also means that you can make a lot of wrong decisions if you don't know what you're looking at. And if you are one of the people that I am making this series for, where I'm trying to get you to get your first rifle to get into this, it's more affordable than you think, and you have a responsibility as an American citizen, and if you're a Christian as well, as an adult, to own an AR-15. If that's all that you know, don't be buying all this silliness. All right? And so specifically, when you are looking at your free float handrails and what's cool on Instagram and stuff, screw all that stuff. You don't need a PEC 15, a fake PEC 15. You don't need a fancy tactical flashlight. You don't need a vertical foregrip or a halfway vertical foregrip or a backwards vertical foregrip. You don't need doodads and hoo-yahs and thingamajiggers to make your rifle heavy as piss. Let's be honest, chances are you're not going to be carrying it around anyways. And when you do have to carry it around and you're totally out of shape, you're going to be pulling all that garbage off anyways. And if you ever have to use it, you're going to pull it off and throw it in the trash can because it's all crap. If you're on a budget, if you have to replace your handguard, like me, don't throw silly money at it for a look. If you can't afford training, you can't afford to screw around making your rifle look cool. Unless your idea of making a rifle look cool is shooting the piss out of it, getting it beat to crap, or spray painting it. That's all I got, guys. On a slightly different note, I did get rid of that absolutely atrocious Bear Creek Arsenal flash hider. That thing was an abomination. Threw an A2 on there. I'll do a video on this later, but the other thing is, if you're on a budget, don't be buying a muzzle device. If you've got an A2, keep it on there, because it performs mid-pack in every way with every other compensator and costs you under 10 bucks. Chances are you already have it, which means it costs you nothing. Don't go freaking replacing your doggone flash hider to make your gun look cool. If you don't know what you're looking at, if you don't know about this weapon system, don't be blowing money to make it look cool. And if you can't afford training, you can't afford to make it look cool anyways. Buy ammo and magazines first. This video has been made possible through sales at my website, Beach and Tactical, where I make custom paracord slings that look really cool. They're unique. I designed them in Afghanistan. Once again, guys, freaking training. All right, that's the priority. Ammo and mags. You know, if you don't got 20 or 30 mags sitting around, a few thousand rounds, spending $50 on a grip and $300 on absolute garbage optics and $80 on a buttstock and $100 to $150 on a muzzle device and freaking all this crap. It's all stupid. The dumbest thing is the charging handles. I'll get to that later. Freaking every charging handle except for your mil-spec charging handle is just gay as AIDS. It's just gay. Don't do it. Freaking mags, ammo. Thank you for watching. Look forward to talking in the comment section below. I hope that you have a blessed day.